Have you ever wondered what would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared? It might sound like a plot for a science fiction novel, but let's entertain this thought for a moment. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, is more than just a beautiful ornament in the night sky. It plays a critical role in our solar system and has a profound influence on our planet. Picture this. The moon, a rocky body about 1/4 the size of Earth, orbits us at an average distance of some 238,000 miles. This close proximity allows the moon to exert a gravitational pull on our planet, and it's this gravity that's responsible for some pretty important things. Firstly, let's talk about tides. You know, those rhythmic rises and falls in sea levels we witness daily along the coastlines. The moon's gravitational pull causes these tides, pulling the ocean's water towards itself and causing a bulge. This bulge, coupled with the Earth's rotation, gives us the high and low tides we are familiar with. Without the moon, our tides would be significantly less pronounced, potentially leading to drastic changes in marine life and coastal ecosystems. Next up, our nights. The moon is our night's primary source of natural light. It reflects the sunlight onto Earth, making our nights brighter. Ever enjoyed a moonlit stroll or gazed at the moon's serene beauty on a clear night? Well, without the moon, our nights would be much darker. Lastly, the moon plays a crucial role in maintaining the Earth's tilt. Our planet tilts at an angle of about 23.5 degrees, giving us our seasons. The moon's gravity helps stabilize this tilt, ensuring a relatively stable climate. No moon could mean a wobbly Earth, leading to extreme climatic shifts. Now imagine if all of those influences suddenly vanish. One of the first noticeable changes would be in our oceans. Our moon, Earth's closest celestial neighbor, plays a crucial role in creating the tides. This is due to the moon's gravitational pull. As the moon orbits the Earth, its gravity pulls on the Earth's water, causing a bulge or a high tide on the side of the Earth closest to the moon. There's also a high tide on the opposite side of the Earth, because the Earth itself is being pulled toward the moon more than the water on that far side. This gravitational dance between the Earth and the moon results in 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day. Now let's imagine what would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared. Without the moon's gravitational influence, the force causing the tides would significantly decrease. The sun also influences tides, but it's not as powerful as the moon in this regard, so the sun alone wouldn't be able to create the tides as we know them. The result, our oceans would become almost stagnant. The tides wouldn't disappear completely, but they would be dramatically reduced. We would see a tidal range, the difference between high and low tide, of just a few inches compared to the current average of about 3 feet. This might not seem like a big deal, but these changes would have profound effects on our planet and its ecosystems. Coastal areas would transform dramatically. The rhythm of life for many marine species which rely on the tides for feeding and breeding would be disrupted. The ebb and flow of nutrients and oxygen in the ocean would also change, impacting the entire marine food chain. And what about our human experiences? Well, think about the last time you visited a beach. The crashing waves, the incoming and outgoing tides, all these are largely due to the moon's gravitational pull. So without the moon, we'd be saying goodbye to our beloved beach waves. Next, think about the night sky without the moon. Imagine stepping out into the darkness of the night and looking up. Without the moon, the night sky would undergo a transformation unlike any we've ever experienced. That's right, without our lunar companion, the night sky would suddenly become a whole lot darker. The moon, you see, is the second brightest object in our sky, outshone only by the sun. It's the moon's reflected sunlight that provides that familiar, comforting glow we associate with the night. Without the moon, this nocturnal luminescence would be gone, but as one light goes out, others shine brighter. The stars, those distant suns scattered across the cosmos, would appear more radiant than ever before. The absence of the moon's glow would allow these celestial bodies to reclaim the night, painting a picture of the universe that's far more intricate and awe-inspiring than what we're used to. The moonless sky wouldn't just mean more visible stars though, it would also offer us a clearer view of our Milky Way galaxy. This spectacular band of light, made up of billions of distant stars, is often outshone by the moon. Without lunar interference, the Milky Way would stretch across the sky in all its glory, a river of stars that would serve as a stunning reminder of our place in the universe. And let's not forget about the other members of our solar family. Planets like Mars, Jupiter, and Venus would also stand out more, their subtle lights no longer competing with the moon's brilliance. We might even get to see more of those fleeting visitors to our night sky, the comets and meteors, their trails burning bright against the backdrop of a moonless night. However, as spectacular as this star-studded spectacle would be, it's important to remember that the moon's light has been our faithful companion through the ages. Its soft glow has guided travelers, inspired poets, and provided a sense of comfort and familiarity in the darkness. Stargazing might be more spectacular, but our nights would surely be darker. Ever thought about why we have seasons? The moon plays a significant part. Let's delve into the fascinating world of celestial mechanics. The Earth, as we know, doesn't stand perfectly upright. Instead, it leans on its axis at an angle of about 23.5 degrees. This tilt, combined with our planet's journey around the sun, gives us the changing seasons we experience. But why does the Earth maintain this particular tilt? A huge part of the credit goes to our moon. Its gravitational pull exerts a stabilizing force that keeps our planet's tilt steady. If you can imagine a spinning top, the moon is like a hand gently keeping it from wobbling too much. Now, let's consider a moonless scenario. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the Earth would be left to the mercy of the sun's gravity and the gravitational forces from other planets. This could cause our planet's axial tilt to vary wildly, anywhere from 0 to 85 degrees. What does this mean for us? Well, a 0-degree tilt would mean no seasons at all. The sun would always be directly overhead at the equator and always on the horizon at the poles. An 85-degree tilt, on the other hand, would bring about extreme seasons. At certain times of the year, the poles would be hotter than the equator, and half the Earth would be in perpetual darkness. In short, without the moon's stabilizing influence, our planet's climate could become a roller coaster of extremes. From scorching heat to deep freeze, the conditions could be much more severe and unpredictable than what we're used to. The moon's gravitational pull has been a steadying hand on our planet's tilt for billions of years, helping to create the stable and predictable seasons that have allowed life as we know it to flourish. It's a delicate balance in the cosmic dance of our solar system. Without the moon, we might experience a dramatic shift in our seasons. Finally, let's think about how life on Earth might change without the moon. The moon has played a significant role in the evolution of life on Earth, a role often overlooked in our daily lives. It's not just about the tides or the beautiful light it casts at night. The moon's influence extends to the very core of life's existence and evolution here on Earth. Consider nocturnal creatures, for instance. They've evolved to rely heavily on the moon's phases. Many species of bats and insects time their feeding and mating activities to the lunar cycle. If the moon were to disappear, this delicate rhythm would be thrown off balance, and these species could face a serious survival challenge. For marine life, the moon's impact goes even beyond. Coral reefs, for example, rely on the moon's light to trigger their mass spawning events. Without the moon's guiding light, these incredible underwater ecosystems could face devastation. Birds too wouldn't be spared from the moon's absence. Many migratory birds use the moon and stars as navigational aids during their long-distance travels. Without the moon, their migratory patterns could be severely disrupted, which could have a knock-on effect on the ecosystems they inhabit and the species they interact with. Now let's consider the human element. Many of our cultural practices, festivals, and even our calendar are based on the moon cycles. The disappearance of the moon could lead to a significant cultural shift. But it's not just about individual species or cultures. The loss of the moon could cause a chain reaction, leading to a vast loss in biodiversity. Each species plays a role in its ecosystem, contributing to the balance of life. If one species disappears, it could disrupt that balance and have unforeseen consequences for other species. In the grand scheme of things, the moon's disappearance would not just mean a darker night sky or altered tides. It would fundamentally change life as we know it. In the absence of the moon, the ripple effects on Earth's biodiversity could be catastrophic. So what would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared? We've explored some interesting theories. Our tides would drastically change, and our nights would become much darker. Earth's tilt could become unstable, leading to a shift in climates worldwide. And the absence of the moon might even impact biodiversity, influencing evolution in unexpected ways. While it's fascinating to imagine, we can all agree that the moon's presence is essential for life as we know it.